Jessie here. Hello and welcome. And I'm so glad that you guys are listening. I see you guys, I hear you guys, and you are all amazing. I get so much positive feedback from this podcast. I swear to God, it's been so beautiful. I love you guys. This is why I do the work, because I love the feedback and I love making an impact. Whether it's grand, whether it's a huge impact, whether it's a small aha moment, it still means the world to me. So I wanted to dedicate this episode to really sharing with you my experience and my vulnerable moments so that you can really understand that we are no different. I am no different from you or where you are. And the thing that I think I'm very intuitive and I am an empath, is that a lot of people that I interact with, they're where I used to be, and so I can relate so immensely, so immensely. And it just, the more that I hear these people talk to me, the more I'm like, you have that in you. You can be where I am, or you can be where these amazing people are, that successful people are, that are living a life of freedom, or even if it's whatever you want to achieve that feels so far away, that feels so unachievable, that you absolutely 1000% can achieve it. So for me, now I have some big dreams and big goals, but for me, as little as 3 years ago, 2 years ago, and even a year ago, I'm constantly changing, but I used to have a very different life and a very different outlook on life. So I used to have a very big issue with myself and my beliefs and how I looked at myself. And physically looking in the mirror, I used to hate myself. I used to hate the way that I looked. I used to hate the way that I talked. I used to hate everything about myself. And I had no confidence. I was so insecure. I was so worried of people judging me. It was like in the forefront of my mind. Every conversation that I had, I was worried that they were going to judge me. And it was just something that it was so deep within me. And I suffered really, really bad anxiety. And I will never forget. So I was in a relationship with someone for 5 years, and I was really, almost 5 years, I was really unhappy. I just didn't feel satisfied, and I felt terrible, but I knew that there was something deep within me that was yearning for more. And I knew that if I had gone any further with this relationship, then I would have regretted it, because I wasn't growing, I wasn't learning, I wasn't, doing anything. And I knew I needed a big change. It was really scary for me, though, because imagine being with someone for so long and that's all you know. And that you identify, part of your identity is with this person. So when we broke up, I moved in with my dad at 25. I felt like a failure, to be honest. Even my dad was like, "What are you doing? What are you doing with your life? Blah, blah, blah." Anyway, so there was a lot of pressure, but I knew that there was something more that I was wanting, but I just didn't know what it was. And because I did that, I really believe the moment that I had done that, I created space, I created room in my mind and energetically for me to accept new information. And what I mean by this is that my colleague at the time introduced me to the law of attraction. And I had never heard of this before. I'd never heard of manifesting, but it was really interesting to me. And also at that point, I knew I was wanting more in life. And so I was very open to learning about this. And the moment I started learning about it, it completely changed my life. Completely. Because it was like I'd received answers. It was like the universe just rewarded me for doing that hard yard and letting go of that relationship and releasing it, because it wasn't meant for me any longer. People and things come and go like seasons. And so when that relationship, I had ended that relationship, it was like the universe I was now allowing or able to receive from the universe because I did that. So I started learning about law of attraction and manifesting, and I had these really big desires of what I wanted to achieve in life. And I still had this very negative belief about myself. I was very self-conscious. I had low confidence, low self-worth, and all of that. And it took a long time for me, I guess, and when I mean a long time, it wasn't really a long time. It's only been the last 2 years or whatever, 2 to 3 years. And so I dedicated all of my extra time and energy into really investing in myself. And I think that is the change that I feel like people that I know that people are going to experience the moment they invest in themselves. Because just think about it. Someone that wants to change and that is unhappy with their life, but that is not doing it, is because they're not investing in themselves. We complain that we don't have enough time, or that we're too busy, or that they've got too much going on. We put ourselves last. And that's the problem, is that we don't spend any time for ourselves. And when I decided to commit to putting all of my time and energy towards myself, because I obviously didn't have a relationship anymore. I was working, but outside of that, I had nothing else to do. So I was like, yeah, hell yeah, I'm investing in myself. So most of us don't. We don't invest in ourselves. I ask you to put some time aside every single day into your own personal development, your own growth in learning about yourself, in learning about life. You will see changes in your life. You will see changes in your life. If you are incredibly unhappy, or if you're just unhappy in general with where you're at, or with yourself, or with what you're doing, then invest more time in yourself. That's going to make an immense change. You cannot do the same things and want to be over here. You can't be this amazing business owner, yet be thinking so small and doing small things and not investing in yourself. You must invest in yourself. So the catalyst for my growth and for my change and what I've experienced is investing in myself. And I will tell you what I have achieved. I've achieved so much. In terms of manifesting, I manifest like no tomorrow. Like I manifest instantly. A couple of days ago, I manifested $150 unexpectedly. $300 unexpectedly, $500, $700. I'm not even joking. Unexpectedly. Because money comes to me unexpectedly. That is one of my affirmations that I use. I've manifested $10,000 in as little as 2 months, I believe. And this was out of absolutely nowhere. I had no idea how I was going to manifest it. I just did it. I also manifested moving states into a caravan by the beach, which is exactly what I wanted, into nice warm weather. And I also manifested, I'm just trying to remember. I've completely gone blank because I've manifested so many things. Oh, I've also manifested, what am I trying to think? I've manifested so many things. Like, oh, yes, I've manifested a life of freedom, which is the main important thing, right? Because I no longer work my 9-to-5 job. My income manifestation was $10K a month, and I've ticked that goal as well. So my point is, invest in yourself, and you will change your life. It doesn't have to be hard. I think a lot of people overthink it. We think that we have to do all of these things. No, it's just invest in yourself. Invest in your mindset and your emotional well-being. So the two key elements that I teach is your mind and your body. And I get you to utilize the art of visualization to create an experience which is tapping into the version of you that is already experiencing the life you want. So if you had that thing 1 minute ago, who would you be? How would you feel? That is how I teach. Using the law of attraction and the law of vibration. So emotions are energy in motion, and energy is vibration. So certain levels of vibration. If you look at emotions, certain emotions are more higher frequency than others, like a radio station. So when we tune into the experience of already being that version, like tapping into that version of us that we are already in that experience, then we are tapping into that frequency. And the more we tap into that frequency, we're attuning our state of being to match that frequency. Now, what happens is that the 3D reality, as we call life, will match up your frequency. So the more that you become who you want to become, you're tuning your frequency. And the universe's job is to match that in the 3D reality. That's called manifestation. So when you can perfect the energy, it's like manipulating energy, but in a good way, manipulating energy to get what you want by already becoming it. And all you have to do is become it, and the universe will give that to you. That's as simple as that. It's actually not that hard. Really, it's not that hard. But it's all within you already. So the moment we look outside of us, we're experiencing separation. We're experiencing lack. We're saying that we're here and what I want is over there. But the more you can practice embodying it, you're tuning your frequency to align with already having it, with the thing that you want as though it's already happened, then the universe will give it to you. So for me, with my business, I visualized having clients and showing up live and getting the type of feedback and payments and stuff like that. And I embodied that version of me that already is experiencing that. That's my life already. Even though it hasn't physically happened, I open my eyes and it's like, but it's still in me. It's innately, I've become that version. So it has to show up in my reality. That is how I manifested moving to Queensland. I closed my eyes and I visualized and I felt into waking up in Queensland, nice sunny Queensland, where the sun hit my skin. And at the time I was living in Melbourne, it was very cold. So I was like, I visualized opening my eyes and the sun hit my skin and it was really warm and I could just walk to the beach, the beach is really close to me now. And I visualized that every single day until it became my reality. And it didn't take long. And the same thing with the $10,000. I visualized looking at my bank account, opening my phone and my bank account and seeing $10,000. And I felt into that experience. It's like, how would you feel if you had $10,000? You wouldn't be scared or worried about money. And that was a big thing for me. I was worried that I had no money. I was scared to pay bills and things like that. But if you had $10,000, how would you pay bills? It'd feel effortless. You'd be like, meh, I got $10,000. I can pay for it. So it's retraining your state of being, which is who you are, so that you could match the frequency of already having that thing that you want. And that's as simple as it can be. So if you want to be, do, or have something, you've got to be, do, or have that already within you so that you can align into that frequency and it'll match up. The universe will give it to you. Practice that many times as you can, and it becomes like a work of art. It just becomes so fun. Most of us don't trust ourselves enough to do it. We don't trust, we keep looking outside of us. It's because we don't trust our ability enough. We don't have the faith. Build up the faith within you. Start small if you have to. Start manifesting small things. I guarantee you that will help build up your trust and that faith that the universe is looking out for you. And do the work. Continuously vision yourself. Continuously remind yourself who you are and what frequency you're tuning up to. And I guarantee you it will come. It will come. 1000% it will. So I hope this episode has helped you. I love you guys. Don't forget, I have one-on-one coaching. I also have my Facebook group, the High Vibe Club, where I go live like at least once a week. There is so much. I reckon there's around 100 videos, training videos, which are free, by the way, free. So I highly recommend you join the High Vibe Club. I go live there every single week. It is very valuable. And I have one-on-one coaching as well, which is available, personalized accountability type of coaching. So if you are ready, that is for you. But I love you guys, and I will see you on the next episode. Bye for now.